Major roads leading to the Supreme Court premises will be blocked as a traffic management strategy to ensure peace and security on all routes ahead of the Supreme Court verdict on Thursday.
There's no horse chasing us. We have to be in our country. That is why people say Ghana is love and peacefully. Precaution in life is the best. You know, individually we are different. So I think it is good that the way they say they want to block some places because most of the people behave like animal, while people behave like you are at decency level. So I think that is a good idea.
And as a further check, media houses have also been furnished with security to ward off any possible mob attack on the media house. Now, does this scare you? And where will you be on Thursday when the verdict is given? This is today's big story. My name is Bright Nana Amfo, and the show is brought to you by Blue Rose Limited, Shelter for All, and Star Life Assurance, and our partners, Star Ghana. So much appreciation for your efforts. Now, the following roads will be ported to the general public on Thursday. Now we have the John Evans at Mills High Street between the Cocoa Affairs Court Junction and the Barclays Bank headquarters. The Thorpe Road at the Bank of Ghana entrance. Traffic from the Independence Square will be diverted onto both the Liberia and the Secretariat roads. Now traffic emanating from the Jamestown will be diverted onto the Bank Lane at Stanchart headquarters and subsequently onto the Pagan and Asafuache Nete roads. Now traffic from Kimbu and the Barnes roads will be diverted onto the Dodu Street in front of the Salome Okon National Hockey Stadium and the Independence Avenue towards Rollins Park. Now we're also told that other diversions will also be made. Now parking of vehicles on the following roads within the Central Business District is prohibited. One is the Independence Avenue, the Pagan Road, Derby Avenue, Barnes Road, Kimbu Road, Cow Lane, around Rollins Park and the Kojo Thompson Road. Towing vehicles, we're told, will be on standby to tow vehicles parked on the roads listed above. Now, traffic officers will be on hand to give assistance to motorists on alternative diverted routes. Motorists are therefore advised to cooperate with the police to ensure an incident-free event.
The preparation is quite comprehensive, looking at what we have at stake. The police administration or the police service is looking at various facets of the security on the day and the days after the Supreme Court ruling. First of all, let us look at places that we are providing security for. We are providing security for the court premises itself, the Supreme Court premises. We are ensuring that it's only those who have accreditation to be part of the event that will get entry into the Supreme Court premises. And so when you come there without an accreditation, it means that you won't get entry. Then we are going to have security arrangement at the Supreme Court premises and its surroundings.
So that was the Director of Public Affairs of the Ghana Police Service, Cephas Arthur. Now, the service has also made special arrangements for individuals and various media houses ahead of the verdict. The police personnel have been deployed to ward off any possible mob attacks on them and the various media houses.
There is also arrangement in place to ensure that we provide security for individuals. In fact, that has even commenced, has long commenced, providing personal security for individuals, especially the players in the court case dispute or the disputants, Nana Ekufuado and his lawyers, Dr. Baumia, the chairman of the MPP, the chairman of the NDC, the president and his lawyers, Dr. Kojo Aferijan and his lawyers, the judges in the panel have all been taken care of to ensure that their security is safeguarded, is assured. Then we leave that one aside. We are providing security in our communities because we don't have a curfew, so people will go to do their work. There are various businesses. People will go to their offices. The psychology will be that criminals will think the police are over-concentrating their attention on the Supreme Court. So let us strike behind them at people's homes and rob them. When they come there, they will see that all those places are covered because we have personnel patrolling our communities in the course of the court case in their absence. And then we will also cover highways, so that criminals don't have a field day on the highways and strike at people who be going about their daily activities.
The police says that the protection will not be before and during the ruling, but after the verdict is out, they will continue to protect the public.
So the security arrangement is for a period spanning beyond the Thursday, beyond the determination of the court case. We have arrangements in place to take care of this proceeding, the court case. So it is not going to be only for the Thursday, except that the subsequent days arrangement will be reviewed or revised to take care of the exigencies of the time. You understand it? If it happens that nothing untoward happens, we review it to meet the situation. We don't totally withdraw because it is not even security wise, or it's not wise in terms of security to withdraw. For all you know, people are only going on hibernation and strike later. So it is in place for a period long after the court case determination.
Right, so let me get more insight from the police service. DSP Sefasatha is the Director, Public Affairs. Now, Mr. Sefasatha, thanks so much for your time. Elaborate strategy, as you put it. But how sure are we that this strategy will simply work to ensure we are safe before and during the ruling?
Yeah, we can only be sure. That is the only thing. Nobody knows what is the future. But we all anticipate the future and put very stringent and quite competent measures in place to ensure that we are able to protect ourselves. So we are sure, very sure that what security measures that we have in place can secure the day for us.
And in securing the day, we are told about the precinct of the Supreme Court that will be cordoned off. Can you tell us precisely how it's going to be done?
Yeah, we are going to have a lot of security arrangements within the environs of the court and within the premises itself. We are going to have some roadblocks. What we call the Atta Mills, John Evan Atta Mills High Street. We are going to have some roadblocks over there, and we'll have personnel of the service at such points to direct tourists to alternative roads. And we are also going to erect barriers to direct movements of persons such that they don't interfere unnecessarily with the court case. And once you are not accredited to be there, you don't have to bother yourself to come there because you will not be permitted to go beyond a certain limit.
All right. Ms. Arthur, let's clarify this. It means that, for instance, I cannot use the road in front of the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park through the Bank of Ghana. I can't use that road.
Let me give you, once you have asked for this, let me give you this information I have in my hand.
Right, go ahead.
The following routes will be seized to the general motoring public. One, John Evans Atta Mills High Street, between Koko Affair Court Junction and the Barclays Bank headquarters. 2, the Thorpe Road at the Bank of Ghana entrance.
Right.
And for alternative routes, we have these diversions. One, traffic from the Independence Square will be diverted onto both the Liberia and Secretariat roads. Traffic emanating from Jamestown would be diverted onto the Bank Lane at Stanchart headquarters, and subsequently onto the Pagan and Asafwachenake roads.
Okay.
3, traffic from Kimbu and the Barnes Road will be diverted onto the Dodo Street in front of Chiodosia Okon National Hockey Stadium and Independence Avenue towards Rollins Park. So these are the arrangements we have in place and the roadblocks that we also are going to undertake.
Right. Let me quickly come in here now. Just around the Supreme Court, you have the library board, the children's library, and a few small businesses. Now, what happens to them?
I don't think we are saying that we have sealed people's businesses and people's shop. Everybody has the right to go to their businesses or their shops or their stores. So you can conveniently park where it's convenient to you and go to your work. We haven't declared a curfew in the area. Everybody is allowed to go and do his or her business. Except that where you need some directives and you need to take some instructions from the police that will be deployed there, we entreat you to take such directives, all in the interest of the nation.
If I want to go to the library, would I need an accreditation because I would be accessing very close to the Supreme Court?
Frankly speaking, I wouldn't want to hazard any explanation to this because I'm not very, very familiar with the geography of the area. But what I can say is that adequate arrangements have been put in place for people who have to go to their businesses, their shop within the environs of the court to do so with the help of the police.
How has been the deployment so far? We're told that over 30,000 of your men will be out there, and we're just about a day away from the day, August 29. How has it been so far?
The deployment has been very thorough and total, I must say. And on the whole, every police officer is on duty. Some people are going to be involved hands-on, whilst others are put on standby. A lot of those who are going to be involved have been deployed already. And as per our strategy, some are still being deployed, some will be deployed tomorrow, some will be deployed in the morning of the Thursday, and some will be deployed in the course of the case. Others will be deployed after the case has been finished, and so on. So it is a kind of process. The deployment itself is a process. So we are undertaking it as and when it is necessary to undertake any of them.
Can you hold the line for me? Let me speak to the Director of Bureau of Public Safety, Nanaya Akwada. He's just joined this discussion. Nanaya Akwada, thanks so much. Now, the police is aiming at ensuring public safety and the arrangements so far. What do you think, or how do you think the public can be made safer in these particular times we are in?
Thank you very much, and good evening to your listeners. Frankly, the Bureau of Public Safety thinks that the preparation of the police is adequate, even though it can be improved in our expectation. And whilst I'll be bringing my work to a close, I will try to chip that in. I think that it is elaborate and it's quite impressive. We have a lot of confidence in the Ghana police that when they say they will do it, they will rise up to the occasion. To a large extent, we are confident that they will contain any, if you like, let me call it any exigency that might step out of the Supreme Court verdict. Nonetheless, we think that the current high visibility policing that the police have engaged, days even before they started preparing actively for the verdict, is good. It's quite commendable. Our opinion is that it should be extended from the major streets to the residential community, which is or which may most of the time be the preparatory stage for anybody who wants to foment trouble.
Right.
It's important that the police extends the visibility policing into the communities. And then secondly, it is important that the police are careful not to put their men on those streets without providing them appropriate ammunition, appropriate gear to take care of riots and other crimes or things that would appear to be crimes. Because when you put them in uniform and they walk there like we see most of the time our police do, just in uniforms, you are making them a very vulnerable target for people who might think that the police is in there to do them in on their ulterior motive.
Now, let me really cut in here. Now, if you talk about ammunition, you're definitely not talking about live ammunition. Is that what you're talking about?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But it is not also to be excluded. You need to equip the police appropriately, because if I have to put a police officer, I want to veer away from naming names.
Right.
In a particular community, I can put an officer there and give him a certain gear. But in another community, and I believe the police knows this because that is what they are trained to do, you can put the police there and also give him a certain gear that is appropriate for that community.
All right.
And that's what we are expecting the police to do.
Hold the line. Let me go back to DSP Cephas Arthur. Ms. Arthur, now, the police will be out there. The concern is that they must be appropriately armed so that they can withstand any exigency that might occur. Now, how well armed are your men?
Yeah, thank you. Let me say that the concern of the gentleman on the other side of the line is genuine. But let me allay it here by saying that the police of today are so adequately resourced and so adequately attired for any duty that they engage in. I guess you saw a few of the parties that we had.
Right.
All over the country. You saw our gear. The police appeared in the appropriate gear. If they are riot control personnel, they appear in riot control personnel gear. They have the requisite logistics like shields, batons, protective helmets and others. So if there's any era in the police service where one can say that the police are quite adequately attired for the function that they are mandated to perform, it is this era. And we are even aspiring to greater heights.
And particularly of concern is also the fact that a lot of your men will be on the major streets. And so perhaps in the residential areas, there might be some dangers there, especially when it is of the opinion that trouble normally will start from those places and get onto the main streets and the main centers of the city. How well are these residential areas also catered for?
Yeah, let me say once again, the gentleman has a very genuine concern, and that is spot on. I must say that the police are taking care of all aspects of security. We know that it's not only issues relating to the court case that may emanate in our communities, where we would be deserting to our jobs, to the court, to our offices and other things. But criminals who are also doing psychology might want to take advantage of the absence of members of the public from their homes and rob them in their absence. And so we have made adequate provision for that. The communities also, with the patrol teams will be doing their work as usual, patrolling all along to ensure that nobody takes advantage of us or of the people. Then also looking at our highways. It's also another place that people might want to strike our hard-working farmers, traders, and other workers. And so our highway patrol will also be performing their duties as usual to keep our roads very safe for people who are commuting. We are looking at even our what we call vital installations,
right,
and other places. We are also looking at the research that so that we don't get people taking advantage and perpetrating any crime there. We are talking about Electoral Commission, we are talking about Bank of Ghana, we are talking about the various commercial banks which are headquartered around the vicinity of the courts. We are looking at power stations, electricity plants, water stations, and all vital installations, not forgetting our major markets,
right,
which could also be targets of attack.
Just before I let you go, after the verdict, security will be reduced to some level around the Supreme Court. But precisely, what will the arrangements be after the verdict?
Yeah, we will be revising our strategies based upon the exigencies of the time. If there seems to be, we will also play to what the situation will be. But then we have some form of security in the premises of the court, around our various vital installations,
right,
in our communities, everywhere, until such a time that we think that things have come down, before we will revise to our normal security provision. And we are always providing security, so we don't ever withdraw personnel from the street and from the vital installations and from the individuals that we are providing security for.
Right, thank you so much. DSP Sefasatha is the Director, Public Affairs of the Ghana Police Service, but Nanaya Akwada, the Executive Director of the Bureau of Public Safety, is still on the line. Now, Nanaya, the public can rest assured from what we've been told of arrangement by way of security, the public, we can say, is adequately protected.
Well, yes, to some extent you could say that. I want to entreat Joy News TV to get out there tomorrow on the street and sample the number of people who even know the emergency numbers of the police. You'll be surprised. And I think this is one aspect that probably maybe skipped the police. And it's not too late in the day.
Right.
They have the media and all that. They must publish their emergency numbers extensively so that if anybody feels threatened in his neighborhood, immediately they can call the attention of the police. Because when it comes to public safety and rioting and so on, sometimes it is a chain. It is something that develops. Because my brother is hurt, I will also want to hurt the other. And it goes on and on. So their response to threats is going to be very key in these times. And I think that the fact about foot patrols and dedicated mounted patrols in the neighborhood should not be over or under emphasized. They must make sure that between now and Thursday, they increase foot patrols in the neighborhood. And I think it will help quell even people who have ambitions of falling trouble. And if they can, the areas of the court premises and the Bank of Ghana and all those areas, I believe that they can use, it's late in the day, but if they can, they could have deployed technology to do surveillance there while they push the men into our communities, which is actually I always want to call it the bedrock of trouble.
Right.
That is where we need the men there.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. Nanaya Akwada is the Executive Director of the Bureau of Public Safety. They're talking to me. But just before I wrap up the show, let me also join the lines again. Dr. Afemoni is the President of the Ghana Journalists Association. Dr. Afemoni, welcome to today's big story. And first, for 2 days, we will be hitting August 29. And so far, your assessment of the meetings of the national security with the media and our preparations towards what we have that responsibility to put out there, the verdict when it is read on August 29. What exactly do you think, or which position do you think the media should take?
Thank you. Many people are overly concerned about the incessant peace calls and the preparations being made by the national security to respond to any untoward situation, and something that these activities rather crank up tensions, and to the extent that people are becoming worried that even people who are optimistic that nothing untoward will happen. But we believe that it's better to err on the side of caution.
Right. Because
even though Ghana has a reputation of maintaining the peace and rising to the occasion when it matters most, but at the same time, the fact cannot be wished away that there might be some few who are bent or who are inclined to think differently or to think outside at us with what every peace-loving Ghanaian would do. So it's better to tell the whole world, send strong signal that any act of sabotage or any act of anything which will rock the boat we met with the full regards of the law. In a meeting with the National Security Coordinator, he made it clear that they are empowered legally to use minimum force to contain any situation. But in worst case scenarios, they will use full range of measures to quell any disturbing situation. We believe that it's not a constitutional aberration. The GGA believes that this is not a constitutional aberration because Article 164 imposes national security and public order restrictions on the freedom enshrined in the same position, basically under Article 162 and Article 163. So we fully support anything which will ensure that Ghana will continue to be at peace with itself and at peace with the rest of the world.
Thank you so much, Dr. Afil Money, President of the Ghana Journalists Association, talking to us ahead of ruling on Thursday, August 29. And you out there, you've been talking to us about the roadblocks all around the Supreme Court and parts of the city of Accra, all aiming at ensuring peace. Now, what does it mean to you? Is it scaring you? Let's take a listen.
It's fair in me because maybe some motorbike drivers or other people, maybe if someone wants to snatch someone's bag and something, they will not allow them. So it's normal. It's not putting fear in me.
There's no horse chasing us. We have to be in our country. That is why people say Ghana is love and peaceful country. Precaution in life is the best. Individually we are different. So I think it is good that the way they say they want to block some places because most of the people behave like animal, while people behave like you are at decency level. So I think that is a good idea.
Not at all. I think the police, they know what they are doing and they know what's best for Ghanaians and they are doing. The only problem that may create is the traffic jam that may come into the town.
To me, in Ghana over here, they are doing their work, but not to my expectation. They have to climb up to some level, which I'm thinking it will definitely be implemented in this country.
I think the police are doing their best. It's up to us. We should know what we should do and stop that thing.
Actually, the police are doing their best, but sometimes the citizens you have to give information out to the police, because if you know someone who is a criminal or a robber and you don't inform the police, that means the police do not know anything about it.
The show is brought to you by Blue Rose Limited, Shelter for All, and Star Life Assurance. And our partners, Star Ghana. We are so much appreciative of your effort at ensuring peace. It's not ended yet. The an interactive segment will come up shortly with the lady Marian. I'm taking a bite. When I come back, I'll get Marian in the studio.